Hello, and welcome to the Lost Souls Railroad. I am your soulless engineer and conductor on this main road, but you can just call me Red. So, this is the introduction video for the channel. The Lost Souls Railroad, there's a longer story behind it, but the short version of it is I'm a big Halloween fan. And you know, I don't know, I always had this thing about, because there's a legend about the ghost trains and stuff like that, and I always assumed, it'd be cool to have a train to take souls to their final destination. But I've been a train fan since I was a little kid. And I think my introduction to trains probably started in the very, very early 90s with a TV show called Shining Time Station, with the original Mr. Conductor being Ringo Starr and eventually becoming George Carlin. But that's how I got introduced to Thomas the Tank Engine. And then, it ended up branching into its own show when Shining Time Station came to an end. But I've always loved trains. They've always fascinated me, whether it's steam, diesel, even some of the electric trains. So, fast forward, still in love with trains. As a matter of fact, the profile picture for this channel is me on the front of 576, which is a train that until recently was sitting in Centennial Park here in Nashville, and had been sitting there since I think the mid to early 50s. But there is a project here called Nashville Steam that is in the middle of restoring the train back to its original glory, and updating a few broken things that were missing, things like that, with the intention of putting it back on the rails for limited runs and stuff like that. And then, of course, we have the Nashville the Tennessee Railway Museum here in Nashville, and they have the Day Out with Thomas. They do like the murder train mystery things, and they do the train robbery specials. They have their own little train layout, and of course, museum. It's free to the public, things like that. And then, we have stuff like, we have like the model train show, which this year is Friday, July 18th, 2025, from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, July 19th, 2025, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Tickets being $7 for adults, $4 for kids. Under 4 years old is free. If you are a member of the Nashville Metro Nashville employees, police, fire, EMS, Nashville, WeGo, Lyra Teachers, Nashville Airport, all that, you get a $2 off ticket with ID. Currently being held at the City Road United Methodist Church in Madison, Tennessee. You can look this up, and if you do come, bring 2 non-perishable food items for donations to the Christian Cooperative Missions. But they will have train layouts, food, door prizes, and you have to be present to win. But I end up working for a company called Rail Crew Express. And they are subcontracted to CSX Railroad. So what that boils down to is I spent 12 to 14 plus hours a day shuttling different engineers and conductors back and forth, and I got to go to 13 different states while all this was going on. But anyway, you can feel free to ask me any question you want in the comments. Just please be respectful. I've got some upcoming stuff for you. A couple different pickups that I made. I'm building a layout with the goal of it being mostly like Halloween themed, but there's going to be a few aspects in the layout that are just going to be because I want them to be there and things like that. And of course, let's not forget stuff like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood with his trolley that would take you and tell you stories and stuff like that. So that to me was just peak. But again, guys, I'm Red, and I appreciate you coming to check out Lost Souls Railroad. And there is a song by a band called Mindright called Driver, and it says, "My engineer ain't got no soul. We found the bottom of a bottomless hole." Thanks for checking out the channel, guys, and stay tuned for more content.